Welcome to DevOps Interview Preparation, Part 9. In this video, let us see what kind of questions will appear and how to tackle them in the interview. First question is coming from AWS, and the question is, what is AWS well-architected framework mean? It's a very, very basic question. Anyone who has taken an AWS training or has undergone DevOps training with AWS should be aware of this answer. If you have worked specifically with AWS for a very long time, then you should be knowing the well-architected framework because it is a part of the certification. So you can pause this video here and try to answer. Let me go ahead and explain a few things to you. AWS well-architected framework means what? Okay. Let us see, we are building a house. Okay. When we are building a house, we follow some basic rule, basic best practice. What are some basic best practices? Maybe, we should have a proper wall, a gate, windows for sunlight. And most importantly, it should be inside the frame of our site or land. After this, whatever you do is customization according to your need. So this is itself called as best practices for building a house. Similarly, in AWS, if you want to use AWS Cloud, AWS has defined some best practices. If you follow this best practice or well-architected framework, then you can get 100% better usage of AWS Cloud. And that is what is AWS best practices or pillars of AWS. The first one is operation excellence. It means that the ability to run and monitor systems to deliver business value and continue to improve supporting processes and procedures. It is all about expanding your business. The second is security. When you are using cloud, it means that all the power is in your hands. If you do some security misconfiguration, the personal information of your company will be leaked. Hence, it is something that you have to also follow. The third one is reliability. Once you have your business up and running in cloud, customers and the users will be used to your application, and you need to define some uptime. And to maintain this particular uptime, you have to be reliable. Your systems have to be reliable. Performance efficiency. So let us see that if you have an EC2 instance and it is M3 series and the CPU utilization is 20%, are you doing a proper performance efficiency here? Not really, because you're using only 20% of the capacity of this machine. Maybe you can go to T3 or T2. This is called as performance efficiency. Last but not the least, cost optimization. Data centers, in data centers, what will happen is you have to plan before you build, plan and then build. In AWS, you can build directly. You don't have to plan because the resource will be available. The downside of this is you might end up spending so much money, which will result in a loss for your company. So cost optimization. How can you answer this question in the interview? Very simple. If you don't remember all the 5, don't worry. Okay. Remember that there is 5. Okay. First one, you say that I don't remember all the 5 exactly, but I can name a few. First of all, we start with operational excellence, meaning we have to make use of the best of our systems, monitor it, security, reliability, performance efficiency, and cost optimization. Again, if you don't remember any of this, give at least 3 of it. I think giving 3 is very easy. Security, reliability, cost optimization. You will remember this forever. So at least give the 3 as the answer. Let's see what kind of questions What is the next question? But before that, I have a small announcement. I have released my course in Udemy that is called as 50 DevOps interview questions and answer. It is 40 hour of content. It is a 40 hour of content. Okay. And I believe it will be super helpful for any one of you who is going to join. And you can check out the link in description for my Udemy discount code. These questions are not the ones that I'm discussing in this YouTube video. These are more in-depth questions, and it will be very useful if you want to buy this course in Udemy. Second, the first announcement is 50 DevOps interview questions and answer. Second, I usually take deep dive AWS session. So let us say answering some question like what is pod instances? What are the use of it, etc. Like this, there are certain deep dive sessions. If you want access to this, I will give you 6 months access to this, and you can check it out. You can reach me out via email. The details are in the description. Also, if you are not sure to purchase any of this, I have 1 hour free content on in Udemy, which is about free DevOps interview questions and answer. You can also check that out in the link in the description. If you have liked what I'm trying to teach you, feel free to like, subscribe the channel, and leave comments if you want me to answer any specific DevOps interview questions that have come in your interviews. Okay, let's go to the next question. The question is from Kubernetes, and the question is, why does the liveness probe have period second option? This question is in depth. Not everyone would have used a liveness probe, nor everyone would have used period seconds option. So the expectation here is if you don't know, it is totally okay, but you should at least know what is liveness probe, right? So let us see what this option is. Before that, let us try to understand what is liveliness probe, right? Liveliness probe is basically a test that is run after your pod gets built. We have a pod and it is deployed on our Kubernetes cluster. Is it properly running? Who is going to check this before sending the traffic? Somebody has to check this. And a liveness probe can be used to check if the pod is in the proper running state. Only after that, the incoming traffic will be sent to these pods. But sometimes these pods, they take 10 seconds or 5 seconds, etc. Right? Hence, you might need a gap to check it. And you might have to check 3 or 4 times before making sure that it is right. And this is where the period per second option comes into picture. And they can use this in case your pods take some time to spin up. Okay. If you have not understood this concept, don't worry. It is under Kubernetes. You can go back and read about it a bit more and try to see how you can tackle this question in the interview. Very well then. That is it for this video, my friends. If you also want to prepare for DevOps interview, then I do take mock interviews, which is a preparation for DevOps interview. You can always email me. You can see the email ID on my screen. It is also in the description. Go ahead, reach out to me. If you have liked this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you, and speak to you in the next video.